All this week, we're taking a closer look at some of Tuscaloosa's ongoing cold cases. WVUA's Jennifer Edwards joins us now live in studio with more in this special WVUA report.
Tonight, we're taking a closer look at the murder of 24-year-old Chanda Fehler. She was a University of Alabama graduate student who was abducted from campus in broad daylight almost 30 years ago.
They took away a vital member of our family. I'm like, how dare you? How dare you? What gave you the right to take away my sister?
June 10th, 1987 was the last time Allison Cheryl talked to her sister, Chanda Fehler.
She told me she was going to go, to the pool for a little while, and then she would come on out to the house. So I knew that she was coming, but then she didn't come. And that was highly unusual.
The 24-year-old University of Alabama graduate student was abducted in broad daylight from the former Riverside pool.
Later on that evening, the University of Alabama Police Department found her vehicle, which was located approximately 200 yards from the pool in a parking space, but the interior light was on. So when they saw that, they got out to check on it and see what was going on. The door was ajar, and they found her IDs and her towel inside. Of course, they didn't find her.
Fehler's body was found 4 days later by a fisherman in the Black Warrior River.
This is when the autopsy the next day revealed it was Miss Fehler, and that the cause of death is murder.
Since then, Hart says they've interviewed numerous people and have followed countless leads. But 2 decades later, they still haven't made an arrest.
Over the years, just about every rotation of investigators has put something into this, including me when I first started up here in 2001. And over those years, we've always tried to go back and look at it, these and all the other cases, to see if there's something that might, mean something now that it didn't back then. Or even if the killer, if he's watching, maybe he'll finally feel remorse about what he or she did and decide it's time to give the Fehlers some closure.
While investigators search for answers, Cheryl says their family continues to remember the good times spent with Fehler and pray one day justice is served.
We miss her. My mother especially would, will say things like, well, I bet by now Chanda would have a family. You just want to know that it's over, it's solved, and someone is going to be brought to justice for the crimes that they've done.
If you have any information about Fehler's death, you are encouraged to call the Tuscaloosa Metro Homicide Unit at 464-8690 or Crime Stoppers at 752-STOP. Join us tomorrow as we take a closer look at the unsolved murder of Ronald Perryman, the 26-year-old who was living a double life and murdered almost 40 years ago. For WVUA News, I'm Jennifer Edwards.